Some Capricorns become millionaires by hard work, some by luck. But the rarest ones? They rise through something most people never understand: energy. Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a room, worn a particular outfit, or stood in front of someone and something just shifted? You didn't say a word, but the world responded to you differently. That's because the universe doesn't just hear your voice. It listens to your frequency. And in 2025, that frequency, especially for Capricorn, will be shaped by one unexpected force. Color. Not just any color, but the one that matches the vibration of wealth, inner clarity, and power. The one that turns your grounded nature into magnetic success. And if you're not aware of it, you might unknowingly block the very abundance trying to reach you. Most people think success comes from doing more, but for Capricorn, 2025 will prove that success comes from aligning more. Aligning with the invisible, the subtle, the sacred. Colors aren't just decoration. They are ancient codes. Frequencies that either amplify your soul's direction or distort your clarity. So if you're tired of grinding without results, if you've felt that this year has more waiting for you but you can't quite reach it, then you need to stay with me until the very end. Because I'm about to show you the millionaire colors that Capricorn must surround themselves with, and the toxic colors that are secretly pulling your energy backward. And trust me, the final color we'll reveal is not only rare, but it's the one that separates the struggling Capricorn from the one who breaks through to unstoppable wealth. Let's begin your alignment. Part 1. Color is not just a color, it's Capricorn's hidden energy field. Capricorn, you've always been known for your discipline. For your ability to delay gratification. To build patiently, brick by brick, what others try to chase in a single storm. But here's what most people, and even most Capricorns, don't know. You are not just ruled by Saturn. You are ruled by vibration. Your element is Earth. But your energy, it vibrates low, steady, and powerful, like the deep hum beneath tectonic plates before the land reshapes forever. And in 2025, that vibration is being tuned by something subtle, something ancient, something hiding in plain sight. Color. Not red, not glitter, not trends, but tones, hues, energies. Each color carries a specific frequency, like a silent song your subconscious dances to. And when that frequency aligns with your birth essence, you don't have to push anymore. Opportunities come to you. That's not a metaphor. That's resonance. Seedling the science behind the spiritual. Color is light. Light is energy. Energy is vibration. And vibration is what builds, breaks, or balances your magnetic field. For earth signs like you, particularly Capricorn, colors don't just affect your mood, they affect your fortune. They influence your body's regulation, your hormonal cycles, and even your sense of control. In Feng Shui, color placement can open financial flow or create blockages. In Buddhist temples, every color has a spiritual correspondence, guiding energy, protecting space, invoking focus. And in chakra healing, color is vibration medicine. So if you're wearing colors, decorating with colors, or even sitting in environments that clash with your Capricorn energy field, you might be unknowingly repelling exactly what you've worked so hard to attract. And here's the paradox, Capricorn. You love structure. You crave stability. But structure without energetic flow becomes a trap. A cage, not a fortress. That's why 2025 is not about doing more. It's about surrounding yourself with the invisible frequencies that awaken the version of you that already knows how to win. Because yes, you already have what it takes. But you need the right energetic mirror to activate it. And that mirror is made of color. Story break. There was once a Capricorn woman named Adrienne who had been stuck at the same job for 7 years. Hardworking, loyal, consistent, but no promotion, no financial breakthrough, no change. One day, she visited a mentor, a spiritual color therapist, who told her, "Your energy is screaming for expansion, but your space is drowning in stagnant tones." Her entire apartment was beige. Her wardrobe was all muted taupe. No symbols of power, no colors of movement, just safety. So she changed one thing. She introduced a deep navy blue rug in her workspace, a black journal with a silver foil Capricorn sigil. She wore a dark charcoal blazer to her next review. Within 6 weeks, her director, who had overlooked her for years, offered her a project management role that wasn't even posted yet. It wasn't magic. It was alignment. Adrienne didn't become someone else. She activated what was dormant. And that is the secret you're about to unlock. Life lesson for Capricorn, end of part 1. The most powerful Capricorn doesn't chase energy, they create an environment that magnetizes it. In 2025, you won't need to outwork anyone. You'll just need to stop hiding your energy behind colors that shrink you. Because once the right vibration surrounds you, your natural power returns, and with it, the abundance you've quietly earned. Part 2. Black, the color that shields your power and commands respect. There's a reason why some of the most powerful people in history gravitate toward black. Not because it's trendy, not because it's neutral, but because black is the color of control, the silent guardian of authority, mastery, and unwavering presence. For Capricorn, black isn't just suitable, it's sacred. It aligns perfectly with your ruling planet, Saturn, the force of boundaries, discipline, and karmic structure. And when worn or placed intentionally, black doesn't just reflect power, it absorbs noise. It silences distraction. It centers your will. In 2025, when the world around you becomes noisier, when other signs are chasing chaos, craving validation, or falling into emotional storms, black will be your anchor. It's not loud. It's not desperate. It doesn't ask for attention. It commands it. And that's Capricorn's truest state of being. When you wear black, a blazer, a long coat, a minimalist dress, you're not putting on fabric. You're wrapping yourself in energetic sovereignty. And in a world that wants to pull you in every direction, black becomes the spiritual armor that keeps you focused on your mission. Because here's the truth. You weren't born to chase. You were born to build, to construct a life that lasts beyond trends, noise, and temporary applause. Black supports that mission. Not with emotion, but with presence. Think of Michelle Obama, a quintessential Capricorn. Strong, grounded, visionary. Time and again, she's chosen black attire during moments of global importance. Not as a fashion choice, but as a statement of silent leadership. She doesn't need to speak louder. Her presence already fills the room. That's what black does. It commands space without demanding it. In ancient Egypt, black represented the fertile soil after the Nile's flood, the sign of rebirth and renewal. In Buddhism, black is the color of wisdom, the shedding of ignorance. In spiritual warfare, black shields energy. It doesn't fight. It protects. And that's exactly what Capricorn needs when climbing toward financial mastery in 2025. You will be challenged. Your path will not be easy. But when your energy is rooted, when your colors match your purpose, you become immovable. Black helps you embody that immovability. And you don't need to cover your whole world in it. One item. One sacred object. One layer of black where intention meets energy. It could be a black journal where you script your financial goals. A black desk that grounds your morning rituals. A black outfit you wear during important meetings. Even a black front door, a symbol in many traditions of protection and status. This color will remind you. You don't need to prove your worth. You need to own it. Because for Capricorn, black isn't about being mysterious. It's about being untouchable. It's about letting the world know, without ever saying a word, that you've arrived. And once you stand in that energy, everything else begins to shift around you. The distractions fade. The doubts silence. The right doors open. The wrong people fall away. All because you chose to wear your energy clearly, not in chaos, but in calm power. Let black be your mirror. Let it show you the strength you've always had. Let it remind you. You don't need to be loud to be legendary. Life lesson for Capricorn. The most successful Capricorns don't overpower the room. They enter with stillness, and the room adjusts to them. Black is not about hiding. It's about standing firm in your frequency, so the world meets you where you already are. And in 2025, if you truly want to attract wealth, Start by dressing like someone who already owns it. Part 3. Navy blue, the color that balances your ambition and inner peace. Capricorn, you are the mountain climber of the zodiac. You see what others can't. You plan 10 steps ahead while others are still reacting to step 1. But even the strongest climber needs oxygen. Even the most focused mind needs stillness. Even the most ambitious soul needs peace. That peace, for you, is found in one color: navy blue. Navy blue isn't just a nice tone. It's a frequency. It's the meeting point between depth and discipline, between calm and clarity. And in 2025, this color becomes more than aesthetic. It becomes your energetic tool for making sharp decisions without emotional distortion. Capricorn, your nature is to carry the world on your shoulders. But without spaces of stillness, even your strongest efforts can become heavy, clouded, reactive. Navy blue clears that fog. It brings you back to your highest mental state. Clear, composed, intentional. In Buddhist teachings, blue represents the infinite sky, the domain of awakened wisdom. In ancient Eastern traditions, it is the color worn by sages during meditation to access insight and detachment from worldly noise. And that is what navy blue does for you. It doesn't distract. It doesn't demand. It simply holds space, a stable, protective layer that allows your mind to think from clarity, not confusion. Let's step into history for a moment. Winston Churchill, a Capricorn ally in energy if not astrology, led Britain through its darkest hour in World War II. He often appeared in navy blue suits during crisis speeches. Not because they were fashionable, but because navy conveyed command without aggression, seriousness without arrogance. It told the world, I am thinking clearly and I will not waver. That's the kind of energy you need as you step into financial decisions, strategic partnerships, or long-term commitments in 2025. Now fast forward to today. Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, has become an icon of elegance and restraint, traits often attributed to Capricorn women. She frequently chooses navy blue at high-profile events. Why? Because navy exudes intelligence. It whispers strength. It doesn't scream for attention, it earns respect. This is what makes navy blue such a powerful ally for your journey, Capricorn. Imagine walking into a boardroom negotiation, wearing a crisp navy suit. You're not trying to impress. You're holding your power. And that presence is impossible to ignore. Or picture your home office, navy curtains filtering the daylight, calming your energy as you write, plan, create. This isn't about decoration. It's about calibration. Even small choices, a navy notebook, a pen, a ceramic mug, become tools of vibration. They create microenvironments of focused energy, where ideas can rise without resistance. Because that's what navy does. It opens space inside you. So your Capricorn brilliance can expand without burnout. In 2025, your challenge isn't just to achieve more. It's to stay aligned while you rise. And that requires a color that supports both movement and mindfulness. That's what navy blue offers. A sacred container for your ambition. A calming frequency for your thoughts. A signal to the universe that you're not chasing noise, you're cultivating mastery. Life lesson for Capricorn. Success without peace is not wealth, it's a trap. Navy blue reminds you that clarity is your superpower. When your mind is calm, your strategy sharpens. And when your energy is focused, the right opportunities find you effortlessly. You don't need to hustle harder in 2025. You need to walk in with presence and let your peace do the talking. Part 4. Silver Grey, the shade that reflects Capricorn's mature creativity. Capricorn, most people associate you with structure, control, and practical execution. But what they often miss is this. You are quietly one of the most creative signs in the entire zodiac. Not the chaotic, erratic kind of creativity. Yours is refined, thoughtful, elegant. And in 2025, there is one color that will help you channel that creative depth while still honoring your inner structure. Silver Grey. This shade is not loud, not flashy, not needy. It's exactly what you are when you're at your best. Composed, insightful, and quietly revolutionary. Silver Grey doesn't try to impress. It communicates sophistication, restraint, and timeless wisdom. It is the color of transformation through calm precision, not impulsive chaos. Think about the Apple products that changed the world. The first iPhones. The early MacBooks. What color were they? That unmistakable silver-gray finish. Minimalist. Precise. Bold in its simplicity. Steve Jobs, though not a Capricorn by sign, embodied the Capricorn frequency, vision guided by elegant control. He understood something most people overlook. That creativity means knowing what to remove, not just what to add. And the silver-gray aesthetic became his signature. Capricorn, this is your essence. You don't need to scream ideas. You deliver results so cleanly, so sharply, that people don't even notice how revolutionary your work is until it changes everything. Silver-gray is the energy of this kind of impact. It's the color that turns insight into architecture, emotion into poetry, a plan into legacy. In Japanese culture, there's an art called kintsugi, the practice of repairing broken pottery with lacquer mixed with gold or silver. They don't hide the cracks. They highlight them. Because the object's history is part of its beauty. That is Capricorn energy. You don't deny your struggles. You use them to make something more resilient, more meaningful, more whole. Silver-gray is the color that holds that story, the color of repaired beauty, refined brilliance, and evolved understanding. When you bring silver-gray into your world through your wardrobe, workspaces, tools, you are reinforcing your energy of creative maturity. A gray suit at a pitch meeting signals precision and quiet dominance. A silver-accented home office promotes a mind that can design solutions under pressure. Even small details, a silver laptop, gray notebook, chrome pen, become silent allies to your inner architecture. They remind you that your brilliance doesn't shout. It builds. And in 2025, when others are chasing shiny distractions, you will rise through something far more lasting. Elegant resilience. Silver-gray is also the bridge between two extremes, the light and the dark, the new and the old. And Capricorn, you are that bridge. You are tradition and evolution. You are caution and boldness. You are patience and breakthrough. Silver-gray helps you embody that paradox and thrive inside it. Life lesson for Capricorn. Creativity doesn't always wear color. Sometimes, it shows up in stillness, in simplicity, in structure. Silver-gray reminds you that your genius isn't about noise. It's about refinement. And in 2025, when you build from that energy, you won't just create success. You'll create beauty that outlasts you. Part 5. Earth brown and olive green, the root colors of long-term prosperity. Capricorn, when you think of wealth, it's never about fleeting highs. It's about stability. It's about foundation. It's about something that lasts long after the applause fades. And that's why earth tones, especially deep brown and olive green, are not just complementary to your energy. They are essential. Because you are an earth sign. And when your colors return to the soil, to the root, to the source, you reconnect with your original power. Let's talk about earth brown first. This is the color of structure, trust, and deep-rooted growth. The color of tree trunks, mountain paths, and fertile soil. It's quiet, but never weak. It holds the memory of endurance. Brown represents what cannot be rushed. The kind of wealth that comes from seasons of patience, commitment, and discipline. In African spiritual traditions, brown is a symbol of sacred grounding. In Native American cultures, it is linked with wisdom through stillness, the understanding that the earth moves without ever rushing. And in Capricorn's life, this is everything. You don't follow fads. You build frameworks. You don't jump. You plant. When you incorporate earth brown into your life, whether through furniture, coats, flooring, or even a single wooden object on your desk, you're not just choosing a color. You are declaring to the universe, my growth is grounded. My success is sustainable. Now, let's move to olive green. A color often misunderstood, but deeply powerful when aligned with earth energy. Unlike bright or neon greens that speak of chaos or artificial growth, olive green is ancient. It's the green of forests untouched, of leaves that know how to survive winter, of resilience, not just beauty. In Mediterranean cultures, the olive tree is sacred. It symbolizes peace, abundance, and immortality. A tree that bears fruit only after years of growth, yet lives for centuries. Capricorn, that's you. You don't bloom instantly, but when you do, the fruits of your labor feed generations. Olive green holds the vibration of slow, steady, organic prosperity. It is not impulsive. It is intelligent. It teaches you that wealth is not always loud. Sometimes, it's tucked inside the roots you protect with every decision. When you wear olive green, even in subtle accents, it calms your nervous system. It sends a signal to your subconscious. You are safe to grow. You are strong enough to wait. And when combined with brown, whether in home design, wardrobe layering, or even brand visuals, the result is a color language of trust, wisdom, and long-term power. Think of iconic fashion designers who use these tones to express quiet wealth. Not showy, but impossible to ignore. Or luxury homes that use wood and forest tones to create an atmosphere not of glamour, but of timelessness. That's the atmosphere Capricorn thrives in. A space where nothing needs to be proven, but everything holds meaning. In 2025, these colors are not just safe choices. They are energetic signals to the universe that you are not here for fast highs. You are here for a kingdom. And kingdoms are built on land, not on clouds. Life lesson for Capricorn. What you water, grows. But what you root, endures. Earth brown and olive green remind you that legacy isn't built in a moment. It's carved patiently, day by day, choice by choice. Let your surroundings reflect your wisdom. Let your colors speak of the wealth you're not chasing, but already becoming. Part 6. A true Capricorn story when one color shifted a life forever. Her name was Danielle, a Capricorn woman in her late 30s. Loyal, private, brilliant. The kind of person who never asked for help because she was always the one helping others. For 12 years, Danielle worked in financial compliance at a Fortune 500 company. She was sharp, disciplined, the go-to problem solver. But despite her dedication, she was passed over for every leadership role. Not once, not twice, 5 times. Danielle didn't complain. She just worked harder, took on more, stayed later, until one day, she sat alone in her car after another closed-door promotion meeting, and whispered to herself, "What more do I need to prove?" She wasn't angry. She was exhausted. That night, she went home and did something she hadn't done in years. She sat in silence. No laptop, no calendar, no strategy, just stillness. And for the first time in a long time, she noticed something odd about her environment. Everything around her was beige. Her walls, her bedding, her office folders, even her wardrobe, muted tan, pale cream, dusty pink. It was calming but dead, neat but lifeless. That's when she remembered something her grandmother once said. The colors you live with are the prayers you don't speak. Danielle didn't fully understand what that meant, but something in her body did. The next day, she made one small change. She bought a black leather planner. Just one item. High quality, structured, timeless. She used it every day, but not just for to-do lists. She wrote her goals, her frustrations, her boundaries, and something began to shift. She started wearing navy blue to work, not flashy, but strong. She replaced the pale chair in her office with a deep brown one. She added an olive green plant to her desk, a low-light tree that required little care, but gave something back. She didn't change her job. She changed her energy field. Within 3 months, a senior director who had rarely spoken to her began seeking her input during meetings. 6 months later, she was offered a position leading a new division. Not because she applied, because they saw her differently. And she saw herself differently. Danielle didn't become someone else. She returned to who she had always been, a Capricorn. Grounded, clear, purpose-driven. But now, her environment matched her soul. And that changed everything. She told a friend later, "I used to think I wasn't being noticed. But really, I wasn't letting my presence be felt." And that's what color did for her. It wasn't magic. It was magnetism. Color became her language of sovereignty. Life lesson for Capricorn. Sometimes the world doesn't respond to who you are. It responds to how clearly you embody it. Color is a language, a frequency. And for Capricorn, it can become the bridge between how hard you work and how richly you're seen. Danielle didn't fight harder. She aligned deeper. And in doing so, she opened a door that no resume ever could. What door might open for you when you finally let your colors speak? Part 7. The colors that secretly disrupt Capricorn's focus and power. Capricorn, if some colors sharpen your path, then others blur it. Not loudly, not obviously, but quietly, like background noise that makes clarity impossible. And when you're someone who thrives on precision, control, and long-term focus, you can't afford energetic distractions. Because they don't just make you uncomfortable. They dilute your power. In 2025, there are certain colors that might seem playful, exciting, or optimistic. But for Capricorn, they can be the very thing pulling you out of alignment. Let's begin with one of the most misunderstood, bright red. Red is passion. Red is power. But not always your kind of power. Capricorn, your energy is slow-burning, strategic, grounded. Red is fast, explosive, emotionally charged. It can create agitation in your field, making it hard to stay present in high-stakes environments where stillness is your advantage. You may feel impatient, aggressive when you don't need to be, even reactive, a state that's foreign to your true nature. Red is not evil, but it is excessive for a soul that prefers command over chaos. Next is bright yellow, often associated with joy, sunlight, and expression. Yellow can be uplifting, but for Capricorn, it can become mentally overstimulating. It encourages extroversion and spontaneity, but you function best in deliberate energy, not distraction. In spaces with too much yellow, especially your work area, you might feel like your thoughts scatter, like your clarity evaporates, like you're supposed to be on all the time. Capricorn doesn't perform, you produce. And yellow, while cheerful, can carry the pressure of constant performance. Then there's hot pink. Fun, bold, emotional, but also erratic. Pink in its softer tones can be soothing. But hot pink ignites the emotional circuitry that often short-circuits Capricorn's logic-driven mind. Instead of helping you access intuition, it pulls you into emotional noise. You may find yourself overanalyzing conversations, second-guessing decisions, feeling emotionally pulled without understanding why. For a sign that moves best when emotionally centered, this is destabilizing. Let's talk about bright orange. It's associated with creativity, energy, and movement. But it's also known in color therapy to increase internal restlessness. For signs like Sagittarius or Aries, this can be energizing. But for Capricorn, it often interrupts inner rhythm. You may feel the urge to start a dozen things and finish none. You may feel motivated in the morning and completely drained by afternoon. This is not failure. It's misalignment. Bright orange disperses energy outward, but your strength comes from consolidating it inward, then directing it with precision. Now consider neon or bright green. Yes, green is a growth color, but Capricorn needs deep greens, not artificial fluorescence. Bright green can feel synthetic, disconnected from Earth. Instead of inspiring growth, it creates a subtle sense of urgency, like something is always missing, not quite enough. That energy disrupts your process. And Capricorn lives for the process. Lastly, we come to light lavender or pastel purple. Beautiful? Yes. Spiritually soft? Absolutely. But that's also the challenge. Lavender invites emotional surrender, dreaminess, intuitive drift. And for Capricorn, who already has to fight through the fog of others' emotions to stay grounded, this color can make it harder to return to center. In spiritual practices, lavender is used in surrender rituals, not goal setting. But you, Capricorn, are here to manifest through action, not float through visions. Again, these colors are not wrong. They're simply not right for you when you are building. Because in 2025, you are not just existing, you are ascending. And to do that, you don't need more stimulation. You need resonance. You need colors that match your mission, not mute it. Life lesson for Capricorn. Not everything that's bright brings clarity, and not every color is for your evolution. When you choose your environment, you're choosing your mindset. When you choose your tones, you're choosing your focus. This year, don't chase colors that excite you for a moment. Choose the ones that anchor you for a lifetime. Because the right color doesn't just look good on you. It reveals who you were always meant to become. Part 8. How to apply these colors, daily practices for Capricorn's prosperity. Capricorn, knowing your colors is one thing. Living them, that's where your transformation begins. You don't need a full makeover. You don't need to repaint your entire home or replace your wardrobe overnight. You just need small shifts, made with high intention. Because here's the truth. Color doesn't need volume to be powerful. It just needs placement. So how can you begin to align your external world with the energetic codes that will unlock your highest Capricorn potential in 2025? Let's begin with the most immediate layer, your wardrobe. You don't need fashion trends. You need energetic consistency. Start with black, not as a uniform, but as your foundation. A black blazer. A clean-cut coat. Polished black shoes. These pieces communicate authority, not just to others, but to your subconscious. When you wear black with purpose, you're not hiding. You're declaring focus. Then add navy blue for days that require clarity, presentations, decision-making, negotiations. Navy calms your field, sharpens your thoughts, and keeps your energy sealed inward. Silver gray is your secret for creative work, brainstorming sessions, and writing. In moments where you need both discipline and imagination, this shade helps you hold structure while inviting innovation. As for earth brown, incorporate it subtly. Leather belts. Wooden watch bands. Dark brown boots. These ground your root chakra and signal that you're moving from stability, not scarcity. Olive green works beautifully in accessories, scarves, ties, even underlayers. It's not meant to announce itself. It's meant to work beneath the surface, reinforcing growth, patience, and quiet power. Now, let's look at your workspace. This is where your energetic alignment becomes financial alignment. Where you sit and what surrounds you directly influences the decisions you make, the focus you keep, and the energy you emit through your work. Add a navy curtain to filter the sunlight in a grounding way. Replace chaotic wall art with something more structured, perhaps a black and white photo of a landscape that reflects longevity and stillness. Introduce wooden textures, brown-toned desk accessories, leather-bound notebooks, a minimal earth-toned calendar. Place an olive green plant on your desk. Low maintenance. Clean. Alive. It connects you to a living frequency of growth. Use silver or charcoal gray for your electronics. Even changing your laptop sleeve, phone case, or mousepad into these tones can reinforce energy every time you touch them. Now to your home environment. Capricorn needs a place to retreat, not just sleep. To restore focus, not just pass time. Choose a black or grey bed frame to anchor the room. Navy blue bedsheets to promote deep rest. Brown wooden nightstands to symbolize stability. A silver lamp for clarity and elegance. And always keep your space uncluttered. Because clutter is chaos. And KT doesn't grow in chaos. You grow in clarity, containment, and calm intention. Even your bathroom, often overlooked, is a powerful space. A silver-toned mirror. A grey towel set. An olive-colored plant in the corner. Each choice is small, but together, they form a field. A field that speaks to the universe on your behalf. And don't forget your ritual objects. Your journal. Your candle. Your wallet. Yes, even your wallet. Let it be black, brown, or navy. Let it reflect discipline, maturity, and wealth integrity, not chaos or impulse. Your wealth begins long before the money arrives. It begins with how you house the energy that money responds to. And finally, your morning ritual. Start each day with one item or color that aligns with your intention. Light a silver candle. Write in a black journal. Drink tea from a navy blue mug. Sit in silence with a brown meditation cushion. Let your colors speak to the field around you. Let them remind you who you are before the world tries to tell you who to be. Life lesson for Capricorn. What surrounds you, shapes you. Not just physically, but vibrationally. When you choose your colors with clarity, you train the universe to respond to your frequency, not your fear. These colors aren't decorations. They are your quiet prayers. Your silent architecture. Your invisible field of wealth. In 2025, let your colors become your compass. Because with every small choice, you are building not just a style, but a spiritual structure of success. Part 9. The Capricorn Blueprint, a year of energetic wealth through color. Capricorn, by now you understand something most people never will. Color is not passive. It is an invisible structure that either supports your success or subtly sabotages it. And you, of all the signs, are not here to play small. You are here to build something lasting, to make choices that turn energy into impact. So what if we took everything you've just learned and turned it into a living blueprint? A step-by-step guide to realign your environment, your habits, and your mindset over the course of the year ahead? Not a color wheel. A strategy. A Capricorn-specific energetic strategy. Let's break it down. Quarter 1. Laying the foundation, January, March. You begin the year in your own season. This is your sacred window where intention becomes direction. Use this time to introduce black and navy into your daily wardrobe rotation. Redesign your workspace with earth brown grounding, think wooden textures, leather accessories, matte finishes. Start a new ritual object, a silver or black notebook where you track goals, not tasks. Set your 2025 goals not just by numbers, but by energy. How do you want your work to feel? Color focus, black, navy, earth brown. Purpose, clarity, grounding, and energetic protection as you set your vision. Quarter 2, structure and execution, April, June. This is where you begin to move. But without the right emotional regulation, movement becomes scattered. This quarter, your focus is on stability without stiffness. Add olive green elements to your workspace to promote resilience and consistent growth. Wear silver gray when entering new partnerships, collaborations, or negotiations. It encourages both calm and assertiveness. Begin decluttering areas of distraction, remove neon or emotionally disruptive colors from key decision spaces. Color focus, silver gray, olive green. Purpose, strategic movement, clear decisions, and emotional steadiness. Quarter 3, review, reset and realign, July, September. This is your reflective season where most people burn out, but you recalibrate. Use this period to deepen your connection to your ritual spaces, even if it's just a single chair by the window, make it sacred. Audit your home. Where does the energy feel heavy? What colors are out of tune? Integrate more navy blue and silver into your personal downtime, pajamas, reading corners, meditation spaces. Color focus, navy blue, silver gray. Purpose, energetic realignment, mental clarity, and emotional rest. Quarter 4, ascent and magnetism, October, December. This is when you prepare to rise, to be seen, to lead. Your environment must now reflect the legacy you're stepping into. Refine your wardrobe, focus on bold minimalism. Black with silver details. Earth brown layered with navy. Upgrade the most visible parts of your space, the front door, your office chair, your digital visuals, with energy-aligned colors. End the year with a visual ritual. Cleanse or repaint one space that has carried stagnant energy for too long. Color focus, black, silver, navy. Purpose, commanding space, sealing success, and energetically anchoring your next level. And throughout the year, keep asking yourself, does this color expand or contract my energy? Is this tone helping me focus or distracting me from my purpose? Does my environment reflect the wealth I'm becoming? You don't need 100 colors. You need a handful that match your frequency and stay consistent. Because when your colors are clear, your energy becomes unmistakable. And when your energy is unmistakable, Wealth of every kind can't help but find you. Life lesson for Capricorn. Mastery is not about doing more. It's about becoming more aligned. And alignment isn't random. It's deliberate. Let every space you touch, every garment you wear, every item you own be part of your energetic strategy. Because for Capricorn, wealth is not just earned. It is built one conscious color at a time. Part 10. The Hidden Wealth Code of Capricorn and the color that unlocks it. Capricorn, you were never meant to chase glitter. You were born to build gold. And not just the kind of gold that sits in a vault, but the kind that becomes legacy. You see, for every other sign, color might be aesthetic. But for you, it is strategy. You don't wear colors. You wield them. Because here's the truth we've uncovered together. Color is vibration. Vibration is energy. And energy, when aligned, is wealth. Not wealth in theory. Wealth in outcomes. In presence. In how the world reacts to your frequency without you ever needing to explain yourself. And now, you have the blueprint. Black, your armor. Navy, your clarity. Silver gray, your precision. Earth brown, your root. Olive green, your evolution. These are not just suggestions. They are keys. Each one opens a door. But there's one more color. And this one isn't seen. Because it's the color that appears only when the others are working together. It's the invisible shade of mastery. The subtle glow that surrounds a Capricorn who's finally in sync with who they truly are. Some call it aura. Some call it presence. But you'll know it when your rooms feel silent even when they're full. Your decisions land before you speak them. Your energy walks into the meeting before you open the door. That, Capricorn, is the real color of wealth. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's not designed to be noticed. It's designed to be respected. And the only way to wear that energy is to earn it through alignment. So now the choice is yours. You can keep decorating your world randomly, or you can design it with intention. You can keep dressing to fit in, or you can dress to vibrate higher. You can wait for success to find you. Or you can become so energetically clear that success has no choice. Because in 2025, it's not about working harder. It's about living smarter. And for Capricorn, alignment is the new wealth. Let your colors become your compass. Let your presence become your message. Let your energy speak before your words do. And let the world remember. Capricorn didn't just rise. Capricorn rose quietly and changed everything. If this message reached something deeper in you, if you know it's time to live differently, intentionally, then subscribe now to Zodiac Secrets Revealed. We don't chase trends. We reveal truths. And your truth, Capricorn, is that you were always meant to lead. But now, you get to do it with energy that's fully yours. See you in the next chapter of your evolution.